White House. And I don't know how many people in this room got the invitation to that iftar, but we know that what distinguishes our mayor from all the other many politicians and political leaders is that he remains steadfast with the people, never breaking ranks with the people. Come on, we can clap for that. It's absolutely clap. That's a clappable statement. And so, you know, Mayor, I want you to know that we are humbled because, as you know, Ramadan is one of the most sacred months to billions of people around the world. And I don't know if you know, but it is reported that one in every 10 households in the District of Columbia has at least one member of our community within that household. And as you may also know, we have had these types of gatherings hosted in homes, in businesses, and in government buildings, as we said, like the White House. And what happens generally is that Muslims and non-Muslims come together to learn, to break bread, and to share with one another. There's a passage in the Holy Quran that says, "O mankind, we have created you male and female, and have made you nations and tribes that ye may know one another." And in that context, that's all oftentimes that is quoted, but we don't know also that what is also there is a statement that so the Almighty can judge you based not upon your skin color, Brother Mayor, but by the deeds. And someone, as you know, I have a radio show on WPFW, and one of my callers called in and said, was that actually in the Quran written 1,400 years before Dr. King gave his speech? Because if so, clearly Dr. King himself must have been influenced by the great sayings of the Holy Quran. So that just shows you, the connectivity. And we had the ambassador from South Africa on our radio program yesterday. And he confirmed that in fact, Dr. King's mentor, Mahatma Gandhi, was influenced by his own community. Did you know, Mayor? He came to South Africa, Brother Mayor, in order to defend a Muslim. That is what brought him to South Africa and entrenched him in the grassroots that our mayor knows so well. So in these days of shootings that we've had around the country with the Sikh temple, and our hearts goes out to the brothers and sisters in the Sikh community, as well as the most recent shooting that has happened just today and a couple of days ago at the conservative think tank, we see that there is a rage, Brother Mayor, that is going on. And sometimes this rage gets played out even in our newspapers. You know, people who are upset about the elections results, or, you know, not wanting to see certain people of certain skin color, I suppose, or from certain parts of the District of Columbia, different parts of the Anacostia, perhaps, in seats of power, they get upset and they take it out by unleashing all kinds of things in the press and organizing and calling for certain things. But I want you to know, on behalf of the Muslim caucus, is that we stand always with the people. And we may have disagreements. Like, personally speaking, I would have not had any problem with somebody stating that they have a particular, belief and opposition against people who have different types of marriages. I think that is within our teaching as Muslims, that we believe in man and woman being married. But even though we have differences of opinion with our mayor, something I hope that the Washington Post will learn from, even though we have differences of opinion, we have to always respect. We have to always treat each other as human beings. And Brother Mayor, when I see people blowing themselves up, when I see people, raining all kinds of destruction on each other all around this world, not just even overseas in the Middle East, but right here on our soil, it says to me, Brother Mayor, that we are forgetting the basics of humanity. So without any further ado, I want to bring on our mayor to give us greetings. And after we have our greetings, then we'll go over and make prayer. And then all those who have made prayer can come and enjoy the food. Without any further ado, the mayor of the District of Columbia, Vincent Gray.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, everybody. Good evening. I want to thank Brother Tyler. He preached, didn't he? And he's a good friend. He's been a good friend for some time. He's a good friend to me. He's a good friend to everybody in the District of Columbia, and I know we all appreciate what he does on behalf of our city. So can we take a moment to salute him for the work he does? I want to also welcome the Democratic Caucus, the Muslim Democratic Caucus, to the Wilson Building. And indeed, this is not the White House. This is the people's house. And that's precisely why it took us about 3.5 seconds to say, of course we would love to have the Muslim Democratic Caucus here to be able to celebrate Iftar. You know, I have talked repeatedly about one city. And this is what one city is. It is being able to celebrate the differences that we all have, but at the same time recognize that there's common ground that brings us all together. And this is an opportunity to be able to take the talk and translate it into the walk. I'm delighted also that we've got several members of our cabinet and our administration who are here. First of all, I see Nick Majette, who is the director of the Department of Consumer and Regulatory Affairs. Also, we have our interim director of health, Dr. Saul Levin, who's over here. Saul. And we also have our religious leader, the gentleman who is responsible for our religious affairs efforts here in the District of Columbia. We didn't have a position like that for several years, as you know, Brother Tyler. That's right. And we felt that was important to be able to introduce into our cabinet and introduce into our work. Because if we don't see the relationship of religious following in the District of Columbia, or the right to not follow any particular religion, I think we've missed the point. So, Reverend Nuttall, we're delighted to have you here. I also see our taxi cab commissioner who is here tonight, Ron Linton. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, we're working hard to be able to reform our taxi cab industry in the District of Columbia. Only about 30 years overdue. We already have done several things, like permitting the fares to be raised. We've lifted the ceiling of $19 on the cap that we had. We've permitted a surcharge, but we're also doing some other things. We are introducing credit card technology into our taxi cabs here in the District of Columbia. And when, Ron, starting next week, they will start to be installed. And we have, by the way, to make this easy on our taxi cab drivers, we have said we will advance the money. We will put up the money to have them installed in our cabs in the city. And we want to get that contract through. We're trying to move it through as quickly as we can so that we can start installing next week. So we hope that, Brother Tyler, that you all will support the effort that we're trying to make. We don't want to impose a hardship on our drivers in the city, because we know that $200, $300, $400 is not something that taxi cab drivers readily have to be able to invest. So we are prepared to invest it in order to be able to upgrade our technology. GPS technology is coming, and by the way, we will, once we get through this wave of efforts, including the installation of security devices in our taxi cabs, we also will then begin starting to create over the next several years a uniform color for our taxi cabs here in the city. Hard to tell what a taxi cab is in this city. We got every color imaginable and every color scheme and color combination imaginable. Well, we're going to move in that direction as well. We will have some ideas to roll out. We may even take one, take a car and paint it, make it look like what the taxi cab of the future may be. And then Franklin will have people to respond to it. And I'm sure that we will get some responses. No matter what color or color scheme we come up with, I'm sure there will be some people who will like it, and there will be some people who won't like it. But that's what it means to live in a democracy, isn't it? That's what it means to be able to have the right to express your views. But we do hope you like it, okay? I see Ariel Waldman, who's here with us also. He is standing in for our office for our Attorney General. He's the special counsel in the Office of the Attorney General and does a great job. Also, Ariel, we're glad that you're here tonight as well, representing the Attorney General. And let me see. Who did I miss? Me. Oh, library. Sorry, Jenny. Sorry. This is the lady who has done such a fantastic job with our libraries here in the District of Columbia. I think we have... I think we have at least 11 new or renovated libraries. How many total now? 14. 14. I'm 3 behind. Can you imagine any city that can say they have 14 new or renovated libraries in this city? I don't think so. And I also see my good friend Raheem Jenkins here tonight too, who's with the Department of Corrections. We're glad he's back with us and working in the city as well. So again, a lot of members of our administration are here. We try to participate in everything we possibly can, Brother Tyler, and that's why they are here tonight. Again, I'm honored to be here, to be a part of this celebration of breaking the fast, I guess is the best way to put it. And as you said earlier, regardless of race or culture or religious beliefs, the principles, the 3 principles of fasting, of reflection, and discipline are ones that we all ought to be able to adopt and embrace and incorporate into our own life. I think, as we know here, Iftar is special because it is more than just the breaking of a fast. Iftar is a time of celebration, of community. People come together to break bread and share in a faithful observance. And I think I was with you 2 years ago celebrating Iftar. Is that right? The breaking of the completion of Ramadan. That is why, as you well know, throughout the month, Iftar gatherings have been hosted throughout the District of Columbia in homes, businesses, and embassies. And what a great piece of information that was you shared, that 1 in every 10 households in the District of Columbia has a member of the Muslim community. I don't think people know that. And I will be one of those who will help share that information across the city, again, to recognize the great diversity that we share. This country is premised on the freedom of conscience and the right to worship and practice one's faith, or to practice no faith at all, if you choose to. And we're all served well when we're able to set aside the various differences we have for the sake of understanding. And that is, isn't it, what binds us together as people across the city? No matter what differences we have, if we recognize fundamentally that we all want to experience life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that we all deserve that opportunity, it seems to me we can work to advance our city forward. And that is just what we're trying to do. We've brought together into our Interfaith Council, we've brought Protestants and Catholics, we've brought Jews and Scientologists, Muslims, we've brought a host of people together to be able to help minister to the spiritual needs of our folks here in the District of Columbia. You know, one of the things that also binds us together is to be able to get people back to work. And we got some good news, more good news today. And that is our unemployment rate has come back down again in the District of Columbia. It is the lowest it has been in 3.5 years in the city. We were one of only 3 states that actually saw a drop in our unemployment level in the past month. Anybody know those other 2 states? Rhode Island and Idaho. I'm not sure what brought theirs down, but I know what brought ours down, and that was a resolve to be able to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to begin to diversify our economy, to recognize that this economy has largely been based for decades on the federal government and that which is associated with the federal government. But we are starting to diversify now. We now are at 8.9%, under 9%, and we are close to the national average, which is almost unheard of. The national average is now 8.3%. We are at 8.9%. So let us pray tonight also that those who want a job, who need a job, who want to earn their own way, which is virtually everybody I know and you know, let's pray that we can continue to move in that direction to be able to open the door of opportunity for everybody in this city. Our city is moving in the right direction, and it's moving in the right direction because of folks like those in this city. We are improving our education system. Public safety, we are on course now for the first time since we've been recording data to have less than 100 homicides this year. And we're on course to be able to bring our unemployment down to record levels. And so, as we get our kids educated, get people back to work, let's also remember that having prayer and spiritual presence in our lives will allow us to be successful. So, the door of the Wilson building is always open, Brother Tyler. It's always open because it is the people's building. It is your building. So, if there's something that you want to do here, you don't have to ask. You just give me a call and say what time you want to do it, and we'll make sure it happens. Thank you all for being here tonight, and please enjoy your evening.
Can we get a picture with the imam? See, the imam was actually supposed to come up first, so we're running a little bit behind. But let's make sure that the imam, the mayor, Ali. So what we're going to do is ask the brother to come and, Brother Sharif to come and